Ops in Miami report. Tropical leads where I got a few keys. With momentum, stock a few G's. Now it's unstoppable cheese. Said we was garbage, so fuck college. Street.
Mac, they say we was garbage, but Mac, we back. I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with that. But they say it was garbage, but that's one of the classic songs on Jay-Z's. Well, one of my classic songs. What's yours?
Who said what was garbage? I'm lost. What happened?
This is the intro. They said we was garbage.
Who said we was garbage?
The people in the around the city said we was garbage.
Oh,
the show was garbage.
That's when you know you're doing something. There, somebody
Okay,
talking about you.
That's what I'm talking about. So what? So you look at the Jay-Z joint. What's your favorite song on that album? Well, it's a CD what we playing, but it's all good.
Probably Dead Presidents is my favorite still.
Okay,
on that.
just 'cause-
And I guess I'm probably a little biased.
Just because it's homegrown, right?
Yeah, produced by my man Ski. What up, Ski Beats?
Ski, what's up?
Yeah, so yeah, Dead Presidents. Yeah, my favorite.
Dead Prez. Well, this is the GHOE edition, the greatest homecoming on earth. If you haven't heard, if you want to get your bottles out, get your fresh gear out. You see what I got on. This just for today.
Hey man, it's Aggie Week, man. GHOE. Yeah.
So what you got planned for GHOE? You know, we gotta watch you. You know, I know y'all having that good fish and shrimp. His cousin that hit us up already on Instagram, Chef Mac. If you want some good shrimp.
Oh, absolutely. Big shout out to Cuzzo.
And plenty of something refreshing to drink.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's homecoming, so we're gonna have all the great food at the tailgate spot. Everything from fish to wings and ribs and macaroni and salmon. Yeah, the food's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be great. You realize, Mac, this is the first full homecoming since. I mean, we had one, but the first full one since the pandemic. So, it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be crazy, man. I mean, every time I go to homecoming, it's always refreshing because you see guys, girls you went to school with, wherever the case may be, and then, you dap them up, you get their numbers, and then you don't see them again to the next following year. But I think it's good. If we was just talking about this, it's always good to come back home and network and just see what people are doing.
Yeah, for sure, man. You see where people have grown, over the years. Sometimes you run into people you hadn't seen 10, 20 years. If you've been out of school that long, I recognize some people ain't been out of school 10, 20 years.
Right.
But yeah, it's always fun to hear what people have going on in different parts of the country. Mm-hmm. And just, expanding that Aggie family, because each year I meet somebody who, recently graduated.
Right.
Or see somebody that I taught when I used to, work at A&T and see how they doing, and some of them having kids. And yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. I love homecoming.
And you just laugh, man. It's just people have these crazy outfits on, and it's always somebody from 1970 or 1965 or either further back than that. I mean, they go back, Mac. They out there with the church socks on and the referee shirt. I mean, that's just what I see, but that's homecoming.
I mean, the one thing that's always hilarious to me, it's always a big Thursday party. People go to George K's, right?
Right.
And I remember, this is probably maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, there was a guy up in there, older gentleman, he had on a powder blue suit though, man. Bruh, 3-piece.
Oh, so he was suited and booted.
Stripes on that thing. I said, it's homecoming now when you see that. Somebody's uncle that came out with that 3-piece suit on. So, always something hilarious that's going to happen during homecoming.
I remember vividly, my cousin came up here. This was his first time coming to homecoming, and we went the food line on not Market Street, but the food line right down the street from A&T. And so we go up in there, and of course we looking for that juice to mix us a little something, to get right. And this old guy just comes in, Aggie t-shirt, hat, right here.
Okay.
Chains on his pocket. And he saw me, I saw him, the first thing he said is Aggie Pride. And he was like, I was at A&T when you probably was little. I'm sitting there like, but the thing that I got out of it is just the pride. Like, they don't mind And it threw my cousin off. I said, man, you in Aggie land now, bro. You know, you go down to FAMU. I don't know how y'all do it in FAMU. I mean, I ain't, you know, I'm not going to, you know, FAMU is like a little baby or whatever. But, you know, when we, at A&T, we get locked and loaded, zooted and booted. You know, all the homecoming parties and the food, the festivities. I mean, that's just, you know, that's just a memory to be kept.
Man, the Aggie Pride spirit, man, is just something that I don't know how it happens. It just gets in you. And I literally have had somebody yell out Aggie Pride. I was in Europe in the airport. This is not a joke.
Really? Wow.
And somebody yelled out. Now, I had on my A&T hat, so they saw it. But I've been there. Of course, I've been out Cali, D.C. You had the A&T stuff on. Somebody else went to A&T. They see you. They're going to yell out the Aggie Pride. Our school pride is, in my opinion, unmatched. Now, of course, it's a biased opinion. Yeah. But I just don't see other schools that have the same kind of pride that we do. Not saying the others don't. I just don't see it.
Right. So. You know, that's a fair statement. I mean, you go anywhere else. I mean, my first homecoming here back in 2006 was just like, wow. I mean, when I was in the military, we used to ride up here just a homecoming, but just to be a student and be like,
it was different.
It was different. I mean, you know, you go to class, you know, I remember being in science class just like, I was like, I had something to drink, I'm in class, I'm like, I get out of class and I'm just sitting there like, yo, I gotta exit, because it was just being able to chill out, you know, and hang out is what I enjoyed. And again, a group of college students and, you know, alumni, just to get together and have a great time. I think that's what it's all about. Despite, you know, how much money A&T generates for the city of Greensboro.
Yeah, I just saw that today on the news, how much money they said between $20 and $25 million just for this week that it brings to the city of Greensboro.
Yeah, but on a more serious note, Mac, I think that A&T has grown. I mean, there are always areas for improvement. But if you look at homecoming alone, just imagine if we had a little bit better amenities around where the football field is located. Just that the whole development where it's no knock on, you know, any other school, but being able to go across the street, have some coffee, or be able to go across the street to a nightlife cafe where students can hang out. So what you do is just control everything in that area, because it's always a security thing. But I would love to see that develop at some point where everything is kept in house. Of course, you're gonna go downtown or whatever, but I'm just talking about because it draws so many people. There should be more development.
Yeah, they were talking about bringing a lot of stuff to East Market, and I mean, to their credit, I mean, there have been a lot of changes because. If you saw East Market Street, you know, 15, 20 years ago, it doesn't look like it looks now. But to, you know, what you're saying, it would be great for them to add some more to things around campus, not just on Market Street.
Right.
But, you know, off Sullivan Street, Dudley. So, yeah, it'd be good for that to happen.
But, you know, Matt, we got a lot of stuff to cover. I mean, we're not going to get into it, but first of all, I want to make sure I pay homage to. We didn't get a chance to.
What's that?
But I want to pay homage to Bill Nunn, Radio Raheem. You know, he died actually yesterday. Well, you know, this would be his. He's been dead about 2 or 3 years. So he died. So, you know, I want to make sure I pay homage to Bill Nunn. If you don't know who Bill Nunn, he was Radio Raheem. You know, walking down the street, the most famous scene. Hopefully, we can get in here. It's the most famous scene where he walks up. He's playing, you know, she's playing Public Enemy, walks across the street. He said, yo, where you gonna go in the South? He puts his radio down, and he talks about this idea of love and hate. And that resonates with the time because we're living in a time where there needs to be much love and less hate. And so they connect, and he basically says that, you know, his 5 fingers go to the soul of man, and at the end, Cain versus Abel. He said, if I hate you, I hate you. But if I love you, I love you. He sticks his hand out and says, I love you. And so when you think about where we are today, just before we get into talking about Kanye West, when you think about love and hate, how does that resonate with you given the period of time we're in right now?
Did he also play Dunham Man in New Jack City?
Yeah,
same guy?
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah. I mean, we're living in some real polarizing times, especially in this particular country, where race relations is a challenge. That's what we'll call it. At this particular point in time, I think the previous president helped to highlight where we truly are as a country. And so there are some philosophical and ideological positions that the majority group takes, and not all of them, but a great deal of them take, that is a problem for people of color. And as long as that is something that we have in this country, then we're going to continue to have this divisiveness. So you're going to have the hate, man. I'm not even sure we can get rid of it totally, but certainly it'd be great if we can work to reduce it as much as possible.
But talking about Kanye West has been in the news recently. I mean, we laughing, but he goes on Drink Champs.
Yeah.
And
you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
I mean, it was Kanye was in another space.
I didn't watch it because I just don't partake in anything that Kanye does, but that's just
is there any particular reason why you just think he's absolutely way out there?
Yeah, and the things that he values and says, they don't align with my views. So I just encourage folks, if they don't align with yours by and large, then stop supporting the things that the person does. I mean, I don't play the music. I don't buy the, paraphernalia. I don't involve myself in anything that shows up with them on any kind of social media platform, TV, YouTube, whatever. I completely disengage. I can have a difference in opinion with people on certain topics and still be able to follow them, but when you start showing me repeatedly that you are anti-black, then I don't have much to say or do other than, disconnect, and that's it.
Okay, but what we got here in a recent appearance on the Hip Hop Podcast, Drink Champ, shout out to Nori if you watch it. The rapper, fashion designer, questioned the cause of Floyd's death, suggesting it was fentanyl use and not Derek Chauvin's knee on the neck. The former Minneapolis police officer who straddled his neck was Chauvin for 90 minutes. Kanye was basically saying that the fentanyl is what killed George Floyd, but it caused a lot of controversy. And then he called, and this is, you should watch it. I mean, he called.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay. All right. But he basically called. He called out Lil Wayne and called out Puff Daddy by calling them the feds. I mean, it was. I've never seen Kanye like that, but I'm not surprised.
Nah, you can never be surprised by anything that Kanye has to say. Yeah.
It's just. It's crazy for him to come out there. Then George Floyd family comes back and say they want to sue because of slander. I can see that, but I will say, Mac, and I strongly stand on this, that I remember when George Floyd first got killed, and here's why I agree. He basically said that he didn't want his brother's memory to turn into a hashtag. Of course, there's a selling of T-shirts, which is okay, but the message of that was done. So when you think about that, Mac, would you agree? Would you think most people would agree that it should be more about what actually happened than creating a hashtag, or is it a combination of both just to get the word out there about police brutality?
Yeah, I don't think you can do one without the other.
Okay.
I don't think George Floyd's death is just a hashtag, but it also is a hashtag. You know, it's something that brings attention to things like police brutality, and it's unfortunate that some people would see it as just that, and not see the bigger picture. But yeah, I mean, I understand. I don't know if did his family say that? Is that how they felt about it?
Well, this was early on when his brother said he didn't want it to turn into a hashtag.
Okay.
But he did say that it was good. He was glad that people were out there supporting the message.
Yeah.
And I think that had an impact on the outcome of the case. But Kanye, I mean, he got offensive. You know, their attorneys contacted him.
I wonder which
his
one.
representative.
One of his attorneys dropped him recently.
Yeah, he.
Sure did.
It remains. It remains through widespread conversation, including the civil rights attorney Lee Merritt, who tweeted Sunday, "While one could not refrain from the dead, the family of George Floyd is considering suing for Kanye's false statements about the manner of the death." That's what in the reports. But I mean, I'm not surprised of Kanye's actions. I mean, I like Kanye the producer. You know, when he first came out with some of his music, but this is just unbelievable. I mean, it's just going far off the grid.
That's what Kanye does, man. He goes way, what'd you say, off the grid?
Yeah.
Off the map, off the universe. That's what he does, man. I saw something recently, what was it? A couple of days ago, that Russell Simmons was talking about it, about the freedom. Matter of fact, it might have been yesterday. The freedom that Kanye can have now that he's been dropped by Adidas.
Yeah.
But my question to Russell would be, who's buying it now? I mean, with him self-sabotaging, like, are people really going to be running to the stores? I get that Adidas, by dropping him, they're cutting $246 million off of, you know, their company, which is huge.
Right.
But if Ye go and, you know, try to produce clothing and shoes and stuff like that, like, who's buying it? I don't know who's buying it. Maybe some other people who are anti-Semitic are going to buy it. I'm not buying it.
You know, we don't need to spend the whole time on Kanye.
Oh, okay. All right, let's move on away from Ye then.
But we have a record of the day. Patrice Rushen.
Oh, you done went old school on me.
So, you know, thanks to Michael, one of our interns, Patrice Rushen's is a straight classic.
Absolutely love her music. Even though I was a small child when it came out.
Yeah. And what's his most sample song on this record?
Remind Me.
Remind Me.
That's the most sample song? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Remind Me.
Yep.
Yeah, you got a list of people who was a sample by?
I know Dilla sampled her a lot.
Okay, Jay Dilla, anyone else?
Jay Dilla, I know Farside too.
Farside.
I'm pretty sure. I think.
Did Lil' Kim sample it?
Yeah, that's all I was trying to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lil' Kim did too. Yeah, a lot of good samples on there. Classic record, really.
Classic records for Vinyl Matters. Patrice Rushen.
Forgive Me Not. I used to like that.
Yeah, Forgive Me Not.
Yeah,
but,
that was fine.
What else you got in your caveat, Mac? I mean, what any music you've been listening to?
I'm gonna surprise you with this one though.
Okay,
it's
go
not
ahead.
necessarily hip hop related. I've been really bumping the Chris Brown album. Like,
Really?
I know. People look at me crazy.
What is it?
I just think it's a really good album. And, you know, I got into it with my cousin because I'm like, yo, that's one of the best albums, like,
Really?
from front to back that I've heard in, like, the last 5 or 10 years. Now, I know there's a ton of albums out there. People going to blast me on that. But there's not any song on the album that I dislike.
Okay.
And then there are so many songs on there that I do like. Like, the beats are knocking. The lyrics are good. Chris knows his style, his element. Like, you don't have to worry about him. He don't miss now.
Okay.
Like, now, you might not be a Chris Brown fan. I get that. but he knows what to do to make his songs pop. And there are at least probably 24, 25 songs on this one album. It's hard to have 25 songs on the album and not miss once.
Yeah.
Man.
So does it have a little bit of soul to who's some features on there? So
let's see. He has Lil Wayne that's on there. LMA is on there. Her is on there.
Oh, okay.
Bryson Tiller is on there.
Okay.
Like he has.
I can see her. I like to hear that song with her. I'm sure it's
fire.
I'm sure it's fire.
Oh, it's fire. It's fire, bro. I really like it. He has stuff that got his song on there. I forget that guy's name. It's a reggae song that's on there.
Mm-hmm.
He got one that kind of sounds like a mixture between like Michael Jackson and Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
Then he got other stuff. Man, it's like I said, it's just a good album.
This is a good album.
Yeah. So I've been rocking that for the last couple months, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Facebook Live, looking at us having a debate last night. He was saying Chris Brown couldn't do a versus with Usher, and I'm like,
oh man, come on.
I'm like, why not? He ain't got 20. I'm like,
Man,
come on,
man,
Trav.
come on, nah.
I'm like, Chris Brown got way more than 20 bangers.
I think when you maybe on the production side of things, when you think about Usher probably got a lot of more notable producers. Of course, Puff Daddy. Now I ain't gonna lie, when his first joint, his first one was good. Just that one song. What is the name of it?
You talking about when he was like a very like?
Yeah, what's the sample they used?
I like the younger Usher stuff. The first 3 albums were banging. I like
his very
those.
first album with Bad Boys.
So he had
it wasn't good.
Which one?
Which one
was 8701?
That one song was good. Just that one song that he did.
You see, well, you had 8701 was one album. Confessions was, I think, his third album, and then I'm missing one.
Really like
I'm missing one. There's another one before
Here I
Confessions.
Stand.
Here I Stand came after Confessions. To me, that's when it started going downhill. After that, there was another. Let me see what you have. It's another one.
What was his first song he came out with? Doom, doom, doom. What's the name of it? It's sampled by.
Think of You?
Yeah, Think of You. That was classic. Think of You.
Oh yeah, that first Chris Brown was fire though.
Yeah. Think of You.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but then there's another Usher
Raymond
Raymond album that I'm forgetting, man. That was really good too, cause it was the one where he was sitting on the ground and he was hopping like that. I was like, oh, the dance move is fire. I can't remember the name of the album. I can't remember the name of the album though. It was right before Confessions.
You talking about the Usher?
You pull it out.
It's 87.
It's 8701, but then what's the other one?
Then after that was Confessions. But
it wasn't another one before that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dang, I thought there was another one. Okay.
Who's a better dancer?
Man, that ain't even no question. Chris can dance way better than us. I don't give a nobody. What? Man.
I don't know now. That's a tight one there. I mean, they both.
Okay, since you was a dancer, you was a break dancer, so you can appreciate this. List your top 5
dancers all the time.
Dancers, not. We're not talking about the breakdown. We talking about the people who sing and dance.
Michael Jackson.
Exactly. Michael is number 1 for me. Who's next?
James Brown.
I throw James Brown in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I can rock with James.
Brown. It's gonna be between. If I now stage presence, he got me in a tight bubble. Stage presence, then I'm gonna have to go with Chris Brown.
All right.
Stage.
See how far you got Chris up there?
Stage presence.
We still ain't got the Usher yet.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about stage presence, and then you got Usher, and then after that,
there's people gonna think I'm an Usher hater. And I'm a huge Usher fan.
Now,
so I want to think that.
Neo's really not a dancer.
But you skipping somebody that's become popular recently because of these memes.
Who is that?
Genuine.
Man, come on, man! You gonna make me turn my head on that? So you saying
what I want you to do?
So you saying Genuine is a good dancer?
Hell yeah, bruh. Go back and look at. Usher can dance. He can't outdance no Genuine. He ain't making outdance Genuine probably now.
So,
Bro,
you
go back and look at the dance. Genuine is so limp. It looked like his leg was broke when he was moving it, man. Come on, man.
Early Genuine didn't dance that much. He did, but I mean, he did more singing than he did dancing, man.
He could dance.
We want to pull this up. This
he can dance, bro. Genuine can dance, bro.
Not now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Recently,
so who you gonna put?
You got the whole bobblehead thing going on.
So Mac, who you gonna put Genuine above?
Above Usher.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't agree with that.
Usher stuff is so choreographed. He can dance.
That's what
dancing
is choreographic. It's
a difference between choreographed and then something looking like it's so natural that it don't even look like it's been choreographed. That's what makes Chris look so good. That's what makes Genuine look so good, man.
This is a debate. We gotta go.
We gotta do a whole nother thing about dancing.
Put this in the comments if who's the better, Genuine or Usher. I mean, Matt, come on! I can't believe you pull that out your back.
Now, Genuine can't touch Usher with music, but dancing, bruh.
Now, music, Genuine made some good music, but he didn't have but a few hits.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even put them two in the same category. But dancing wise, the young Genuine. Okay, I'm gonna let you go back and look at them dance moves.
This has been the GHOE edition of Digging in the Crates Hip Hop Podcast. And Mac, man, it's gonna be a good weekend. So, what should our listeners give us some golden nuggets that'll help them, throughout the homecoming, so they don't get too oiled up.
I just would say, and I always like to try to speak to the young people. Continue to have dreams. A life without dreams is meaningless, but dreams without actions is pointless. Okay? So it's okay to dream, but you got to put some action behind the dream. So you need both. You can't just have one. You need both. You need both, man. Okay. So that's what I would say. Have dreams and then act on them. Life is too short for you not to go ahead and act on your dreams, man. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Well, one day I had a dream that I'd be a fantastic rapper. I mean, really, I had a dream like that, Mac, that one day I can have more vocabulary that'll just match. But since Joe Buttons, no, I ain't gonna go there. But you heard it first. Dreams. Make sure you have the action. This has been your boy, the Hip Hop Wizard, and Dr. Mac. Remember, on every record lies jazz, hip hop, gospel. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. I am your boy, the Hip Hop Wizard, and my boy.
I'm Dr. Mac. Pots to bake up. Word up.
Magic Eraser. It's a game changer, and I'll tell you why. I had Julie, her dog.
Nah, that's in a couple weeks. No, hopefully, yeah, November. So yeah, we getting a few hits, man.
Check the terror of the clever style, shot in the Indian type of weather. Y'all lead to hurricanes, monsoon rains when I rule fools. Even if they pack tools, they can't lose them.
You can follow this guy, a dude named Charles.